What's going on, everybody? Nick here from SQWAD Sports. Wanted to jump in here real quickly. If you checked out our article a couple weeks ago, we have this checklist, and the article basically was creating a checklist to answer this question. If I was a sponsor looking to spend my dollars with your team, what would be on that checklist? So what we did is we created a spreadsheet that just really helps you understand exactly what the sponsor's goals are, to be able to spend marketing dollars with you, the importance of it, and how you're going to go get there. So I'm going to take you through it really quickly here. It's a great tool to be able to engage, and at the end, and if you click above, you actually can get access to this document and actually fill it in yourself as a great exercise. So, what we'll start here first is you'll want to do this for every single one of your sponsors. I don't care if it's a prospect, current sponsor, whatever. This really helps you get in tune with what they need for this upcoming season, marketing goals wise, and what activations you can build and present with them, right? So the first thing here is you'll put your sponsor here. I have a fake sponsor, American Insurance Company. If it is a real sponsor, sorry, but American Insurance Company. And what you're going to do is you're going to have a couple of columns here. The first is checklist. What are going to be on those checklist items? Why are they contacting you in order to sort of do a sponsorship? So you're going to add things like promote community food bank, right? From there, you're going to have your evidence. We always don't want to make assumptions here. We want to know exactly where and when we found out this information. So maybe this is before a discovery call, and you just looked on their website blog post and did a quick discovery call, or maybe just a website and blog post. You haven't reached out to them, but hey, you know that they're a target, and on their website and blog posts, they're really promoting their community food bank initiative. Now this is something that we can go chat with them about. So as of right now, we have an importance 1 to 10. How important is this to them on that end? And then we can make a quick assumption of donations here, right? That's the KPI. What indicator are they going to want to see from your organization when it's all said and done? You're doing the recap, right? So again, we're going to go through this checklist, and every time that we do a meeting, do a call, we're going to get more information and really build this out. So in our discovery call, maybe we call them up, they give us the 10 minutes of time, and we're going to be able to say, hey, look, this really, promoting the community food bank is really important, and we found that out from the discovery call, so we're going to add that, right? So we're going to almost give proof for why they're going to want to do this. And I cannot spell today, but discovery call, right? So we're going to do that. We're going to put in importance. Maybe it's still at a 9 in donations. We were spot on. But then they came to us and said, hey, look, we're also looking to drive connection with some of our community insurance providers, meaning our community people who are selling insurance, right? So now we're going to put that in. They're also looking for a 1-to-1 connection with their agents. And then our evidence again is maybe going to be the meeting in person, and we learn that through that or a discovery call. And we're going to gauge this a little bit. We're going to say, hey, look, a 7 is important there. And the real thing here maybe is going to be leads, whether that's email leads, whether that's a few other items, but they're going to want to do connections and leads, and that's how they're going to judge us on our ability to connect one-on-one with our agents. And then from there, let's say, company-wide, they have another community initiative. It's not as important, but the other community initiative is maybe a jacket drive, right? And we learned this again from, maybe the second call that we did with them. Again, we just want to do evidence here so that we know exactly that we have evidence. We're not just making assumptions. We have evidence that this is what they want. But again, maybe this importance is 5. And for them there, maybe it's donations as well on that end. So we're going to do that. And then maybe they said, hey, look, in the community, just overall from a business perspective, we want to get some awareness on digital, right? I want to be able to say that, we're reaching I want to be able to tell our regional leader that we're reaching our community on digital platforms or social platforms. So community social reach. They want to be embedded on social with that. And again, maybe that's the in-person meeting that we did with them. As you can see here, we're chatting a lot with them. We're understanding their needs before we put items in front of them, because then we can actually make sure that we have the right assets. So as we go through there, maybe that importance is a 3. They do it pretty well, but we can boost that. And maybe this is, something like likes or views on digital, right? So let's get a KPI. You can even ask them for the KPI. How would you judge us on that as you're getting that going? So we've gotten that. We filled that part out. And the nice thing about this sheet is it will actually auto-populate the next sheet. So as you can see here, we have the same with the sponsor, their needs, promote community food bank initiative, one-to-one connection with their agents, jacket drive over here, as well as community social reach. And then we see the score here. And then we can actually see the trackable metrics as well. These are very important, right, as we start to think of things. Here's now where you get to the fun part, at least I think, in sponsorship. You're going to brainstorm a little bit. And the nice thing here is we're brainstorming with the need in mind, how important it is, and the trackable metrics. So when we come up with ideas, we need to make sure that not only is it fitting that need, but it's also leading back to a trackable asset on that as well. I suggest you do 10 here, and that's why I set this up. This is where nothing's too crazy, right? The best ideas come from when the easiest ones have been put out there and now you're struggling to get the last 4 because you're getting into a new place of understanding of how you can help, right? So, maybe the obvious one here for the food bank initiative for donations is on Facebook, put up donation, page and promote, right? So that, on your Facebook page, maybe that's one idea. Maybe another one is, boothing here for fans to donate in person, right? Another great place on the concourse. And then maybe here, what else could we do? We could do maybe an Instagram live, just donation drive, like a call-a-thon. That we can do with them on our Instagram page. That's another one. Maybe there's a festival that we like to go to and sponsor, like a beer fest or something like that. So maybe, we'll throw in some event sponsorship, presence. Excuse my spelling. I would have never passed the spelling test, but event sponsorship, presence, and ideas and donation place there as well. And now, we're most of the time we'd be like, hey, these are great. These are 4 ideas. Let's take it to them. But this is why I challenge you to do 10, right? So, to be honest, right now, I've kind of driven, toward the end of mine. That's how I do it digitally as well as in person on that end. So let's get a little out of the box here. What are some assets that we can use in our organization? The players, people, maybe ticket sales people, maybe adding, maybe when you buy group tickets, ask to add $1 to donate. Somebody did that the other day. When I say the other day, a couple of months ago, because we're social distancing, a couple of months ago at the grocery, and it worked on me, right? So maybe we do that when you buy group ticket sales. The people are asking for that. Let's look again on our people. It's going to be this one-to-one. We're asking for a donation. A lot of times, people are the reason that it pulls it out of mascot. What if we took our mascot and actually had them go door to door in a few communities, ones that we knew we had fans in, and actually went door to door to ask for donations? That would be, tough if it wasn't the mascot, just because people would be like, hey, why are you trying to sell to me door to door? But let's throw that in there. Let's have the mascot go out, 10 block campaign and really do door to door. All right, there's a crazy idea that we can throw up in there. And then maybe let's double down on that. Let's film on Facebook for people to match their donations, right? So whatever the mascot got, people on Facebook can match that donation with what they have there as well. So as you can see here, I'm not going to do it for everyone, but as you can see here, this is starting to get us into the groove of our goal is donations. How can we utilize our assets to be able to go toward that goal? Once you get 10 down here, let's whittle it down to the top 3, right? Sometimes we'll want to throw all 10 of these at them, but other times we're really going to want to focus in on the 3 we think are the strongest. And you could even here just say equals, this one, right? Boom, super easy. Don't even have to, cut and paste. And then obviously cost comes into effect. So what's going to be the cost of that implementation, right? So, maybe for the whole kit and caboodle, a cost to our team, is going to be $10,000 in time, in boothing materials and stuff we're printing up, whatever that may be, right? So we're going to add that cost there. And then the estimated value to the partner, right? For a donation thing, this is going to be community goodwill. And maybe we leave this out for a community thing, but if it was a one-on-one with an agent, there's obviously a dollar amount there, because when we price our items, we want to understand what it's going to cost to implement and what's the value we're bringing back. Obviously, we don't want to overextend on the value we're bringing them, because they're paying us to then create more value, but we can start to think through, hey, what's that estimated value for the sponsor if we're able to get this many people in, right? So let's just say, hey, in this community initiative, I'm estimating that $100,000 worth of value that we're creating for them on that end. Let's say the community allows them to get more Facebook pages. We can get algorithm nitty-gritty on that, more Facebook page likes, better known in the community, all these different things. So we can add those later. And then the last thing is, what are we thinking we're going to charge them, so we can understand. And again, we're basing this off of the value we're bringing them, the cost we think they implement, and then we can bring up that price. The nice thing here is we're not just throwing $50K out. We have a reason why. Donations are number 9 here. So if I'm going to charge for that value, it's going to be on this one, right? So again, this is why this sheet has been so helpful for me in what I do. I usually do this on paper. I put this into the Google Sheet just for you all to check out and be able to engage with. What I'm hoping is that you do this with each sponsor every year. Go through and find maybe the top 5 or 4 things they're interested in. Really come down here and systemize. Let's get crazy. Let's come up with some ideas with the end goal in mind, that KPI that we can actually prove value in the recap to. And then from there, you're going to be able to come down here and put a price to it. And next thing you know, you have your package and you have a better shot, right? You're really understanding through some of your discovery calls and creating your checklist. You're really understanding what's valuable to them on that end. So this is why I love doing this exercise. I highly recommend for you all. Click above. You just enter in your email. I shoot you over the link to this spreadsheet. You won't be able to edit it, but if you come over here and you go make a copy and click make a copy, you can name it your own. You can add it to your drive, and then you can edit it yourself on yours, right? So really, really easy to duplicate. This is my gift to you all. I want to make sure that we're really creating some value for our partnerships. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. I hope this was valuable. Again, click that link above, get this, and start really getting it crazy, nitty-gritty, some ideas going, especially in the new world of what sponsors really are going to care about and how you can build packages that are really going to help you out. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you later.